All right. Big waves to everybody. Good to see you. Everybody's already started the wave. I love that. I love that. So, all right. I apologize for being a little late. I was on the phone trying to get off. Um, so we have a birthday guy this morning, and guess who he is? Do you remember from yesterday? Tracy Turnberg. So if you've got his Facebook address or phone number or something, harass him. He I might have sent him a message today already. So but we hope he has an amazing day. We love him. So the word for today is influence. And it's, if you look at the definition of influence, it's the capacity to have an effect on the character, development, behavior of something or someone. And I immediately went, I had all these notes, beautiful notes, and then I derail myself at times. Or is any of you there? And I'm like, that can't be what I talk about. So what does influence affect the holidays for Brent Palmer? And I got to thinking about this. How many of you's got people that you've been around that have positively influenced an environment, or the flip side has negatively influenced an environment? Like the minute they walk in, the temperature of the room changes, the dynamics change, and you're like, wow, you know? So here's for me this morning, as I look at myself, we're going into Christmas, we're going into New Year's, and we're going to be around friends, family, people. I want to be the influence that lifts up the room, that the room enjoys, that the room is excited that I'm there, right? And I got thinking about this as I'm around the people. It's like we all have a responsibility to influence the people in our lives. And while we're with them, we got to encourage them and we got to build them up. Like we got to find those opportunities, you know? And I got to thinking about that this morning as I'm thinking about going into Christmas. And I was like, we all have the power inside of us to really inflict a feeling in the people around us, to influence a feeling in the people around us. And so my wish for all of us during this holiday season is that we inflict positivity into the world around us, that we inflict encouraging words to the world around us, that we inflict kind of an uplifting spirit. Would you agree with that? Like, and we are the difference makers. Like we can't affect everybody else. Like I shouldn't say we can't affect. We you know, everybody gets to decide for themselves. But we got 64 people on here today. 64 people going out into the world over the holidays and inflicting positive influence on the world around us, the family, the friends, the people. Man, we're going to make the world a better place. So that's my thought today, Andrea Rosser. I'll turn it to you. And I don't want to take up much time because we got to get our throats cleared out for Mr. Turnberg.
Oh my goodness, I can't wait. And I'm glad he showed up because I really was thinking, man, he ditched us.
Not gonna miss this voice. I'm missing this voice.
We'd have to all get on a call and just call him directly. Each of us sing to him. That would be really special. But the quote that I found today was control what you can, influence what you should, and forget the rest. And that's Todd Stalker. And I thought, man, isn't that a powerful little lesson right there? Like, how much happier and more relaxed would Andrea Rosser be if I only focused on controlling what I actually can, influencing where it's important, and then I let go of everything else? So I think that could be a great lesson. Maybe that's my word of the year. I don't know what that would be. Let go. I don't know. But the direction I went into was, how can we be a positive influence? So if I want to be that person that brightens a room, that when I walk into Kathy Roberts' house, she smiles and she's like, yay, Andrea's here. I feel so good when she's in my space? How can I do that? How can I be a positive influence in this world? So first of all, like Coach would say, lead by the tongue in your shoes, not the tongue in your mouth. So lead by example. If I want to be, if I want the people around me to be happier, well, then I got to focus on getting my dome right, again, as Coach would say, so that I can be happier. I've got to feed myself both, the right fuel, for lack of a better term, of positive things so that I am a happy, chipper human, so I can create happy, chipper humans in my environment. So next is to do my homework. So if I'm trying to influence somebody on something specific, right? I'm trying to think of what I want to influence. I want to influence my kids to read more books this year. Well, then I've got to get more knowledgeable about great books for teens. I've got to get more knowledgeable on things that might excite them. I've got to get knowledgeable on the locations of all the great bookstores, whatever it may be, but I have to have the information to back so that I can actually influence on it. I've got to become somebody that's worth listening to on that topic. Because again, I don't know, we get around people and they share their opinion or they try to influence you one way or another, and they don't have anything to back it. Like, oh, well, you just shouldn't. It's like, well, why not? Give me some more information. Next, if I want to be a good influence in this world, I've got to be authentic. I've got to know myself and I got to share myself rather than trying to be a carbon copy of everybody else. And I don't know if anybody else has had this experience, especially like kind of when, Instagram kind of started. I don't feel like I felt it as much with the Facebook days back in the day, but Instagram got started and everybody was kind of posting the same sort of pictures. They were all kind of becoming the same person on the internet. And you could scroll in that feed and you wouldn't know if I was talking to Anthony or Mary Catherine or Sherry. It was all kind of the same thing. And if we truly want to be able to influence the world, we got to be different. We got to be willing to march to the beat of our own drum sometimes. Next, we got to listen. If we truly want to influence somebody else, we've got to listen to both what's said and what isn't. And we got to figure out what people need in order to be heard, in order to feel validated. Next one is to tell a story. If you really want to be able to influence people, get really good at telling a story, sharing your story with all of the emotions and everything that may come with it. Get good at telling a story. Next is to catch people doing something amazing. Sometimes I think about, my dog, poor little thing. Anytime she digs in the garden, she gets yelled at. Anytime she jumps up on you, she gets yelled at. Everything that she could do, she gets yelled at, but she does amazing things all day long. She's a great cuddler. She sits really pretty. She always walks over when I want her to. She follows me to every single room in the house. I never have to be alone. Like, she's a great little puppy, but I don't praise her on all the other things. And if I want to influence her and the humans too, to do more great things, I've got to notice it. And I've got to acknowledge it, praise it, because people do amazing things for us every day. And we just get used to it and we don't love on them for it. So if we want to do more and we want to influence them in a positive way, love on them when they do things that we love. And then lastly, if I truly want to be an influence in this world for good, I've got to know my lane. So I've got to focus on what I'm uniquely gifted at, what my strengths are. And gosh darn, I'm going to get it wrong. Cynthia Blackwell said something. She talked about your skills and your lesser skills, not my weaknesses, just things that I'm not quite as strong at. Focus on the things that I'm good at so that I can be more effective. So that's what I had this morning.
Great lesson. Great lesson. And Cynthia Black, if you weren't on last night, Andrea's call, she did an amazing job. She's the author of The Magical Power of Three and Roadmap to Success, Wealth, and Happiness. It's really good. And Andrea, do you got a place where somebody asked about hard copies?
Yes, I'll put it in the chat. I got that last night. I have to go find it real quick while everybody warms up their voices.
Absolutely. And remember, tomorrow and Monday, okay, we won't be on the Coach's Corner, and then the following Friday and Monday, okay, around New Year's. So, guys, have an amazing time this Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. We love you so much. And it's time to clear the voice. Mr. Tracy Turnberg, we love you, brother.
Me,
Have a great
me.
one. Happy birthday to
Tracy.
you.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Tracy.
Happy birthday
Birthday to you.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday,
dear Terry.
Happy birthday,
Dear
Tracy
Birthday
Turnberg.
to
Tracy.
you and many more.
Happy
Tracy.
Happy birthday to
Happy
you.
birthday. Love you so much. Hope you have a
Happy
beautiful
birthday,
Happy birthday,
Tracy.
Tracy. We love you.